So starting off, guys, can we make this 1/8 have a base of 2? That's what your goal is. You're trying to make these common bases so that we can make an equation and solve for x. All right, I'm gonna think through this 2 ways, okay, guys? So here we go. We want this to be a base 2, okay? So some of you guys are trying to use a trick. You're like, yo, I want to kill this fraction right away. And okay, you can do that. I walked around and saw that. So I'm going to solve that way first. Okay, you're going to kill a fraction right away. So this is what you would do. You'd make this an 8. And then you'd have to change the sign of the exponent. Okay, that right there is changing the sign. So if I distribute this negative, what happens? We have a -1 and a +5. Okay, is everybody with me still? And so that's how you can kill that fraction right away. Next, I want that 8 to have a base 2. And those of you guys that know base 2 is really good, you're like, oh, that's a 2 to the 3rd power, no problem. And then you have a -1 plus 5x. And I'm going to put parentheses around that guy too. So if I want to get rid of this 2/3 right here, or this 2 raised to the 3rd, I'm going to take this 3 and multiply it to that binomial. So what do we get when we do that? Let's see, we have the left side 2 to the 6x plus 7 equals, and this is going to be 2 raised to the -3 plus 15x. Okay, now they have the same bases. Now I can just take the exponents and set them equal to each other, like so. And now I solve for x. Okay, I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides to get 9x on the right side. And I'm going to add 3 to both sides to get 10 right there. That means x equals 10 divided by 9. And that's my answer.
Wait, don't erase it.
Okay, now I'm going to solve it the other way. Now this is another way. This is probably more so the way my brain would think about it. Okay, so we have the left sides chilling. Okay, my brain would say, hey, we got to make this 8 into a base 2. And so I would have went like this. 1/2 raised to the 3rd power, like this. Anybody do that first? Anybody? No? Nobody did that first.
I did it.
Okay, if you did it like that first, good job. That's the way I would think about it. And then I would do this. I would get rid of this fraction. So what happens to that 3? Yeah, it turns negative. And so it'll be 2 raised to the -3 raised to the 1 minus 5x. Notice that we're going to end up getting the same thing as what we did first. Because the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take that -3 and you're going to distribute it. You're going to multiply it to this dude right here. So that means we're going to get, let's see, let's write the left side first. Got to keep it clean. 2 to the 6x plus 7 equals 2. Now we have -3 times 1, which is -3, and then -3 times -5, which is positive 15x. And now we're right where we ended up on the other one. Okay, so 2 ways to go at it. Both ways work. In fact, you can get really crazy, and you can make this base into a 1/8, but that would be a really complicated way to do it, so I'm not going to do that right now.